doesn't it roll? It's rolling. Okay.
This is the artwork that I planned on donating to the last PyCon. It's meant to go with the vinyl that supposedly is getting pressed, that Barry Warsaw and a few of us contribute songs to. The PSF has really helped support PyLadies.
How's that? There it is.
The record of Python or Python-related songs for the PyLadies auction. I remember receiving an email about a super secret hush-hush project to do this, and if I would contribute anything of my own. Somewhere in the song there's a loud bell, and that was me. I think on a bowl, a big mixing bowl I got in our kitchen. I think it was something like this.
A language named after Monty Python. I mean, you know, humor is just baked into the DNA of Python.
Every language gets the community that it deserves, and Python must be a very special language because it has an amazing community.
When I learned to program, I didn't just learn Python, I gained an entire community.
When I first joined the Python community, there were a lot of folks who, I was afraid they would make fun of me because I didn't really know much Python at the time, but folks were very welcoming and open to teaching me and guiding me, and I hope that today I can kind of be in the same role for others.
If I did not join PSF and PyLadies, I will not be able to know that this community actually helped people so much. It's really okay to ask questions among this community. This is actually my goal, to get my team members to join by this year.
I recently joined the board of directors for the PSF, and I've been just really touched by how supportive folks are with each other. I will say that it's a really wonderful group of people, and lives are messy, and when things happen to the members, folks kind of really step in and they're supportive, and I've been really touched by that.
I have several disabilities, and with the pandemic, I've had like 2 years from hell. I have major medical problems. I've had 6 surgeries, all of this stuff. And the Python community has just come together to support me and mentor me through it. It's really felt like I would not have this experience in any other environment. Like, I've had people who, I know this other person who runs this other project. So they'll get in touch with me and just volunteer their time to say, okay, you can't handle everything right now because you're in the hospital. Here's what I can do. And just the willingness to, just because there was a point where I thought, oh my God, I'm going to have to just tell them I can't do this. And people just came around me and did it because they care about the community and yeah, so anyway, sorry, I'm crying now.
Just warms my heart, and it inspires me. For me, the community is why I am still working on Python to this day.
So I have a lot of enjoyment with using the language, and it's given me just a new path, I think, in my life, and a new passion, I would say, on a personal level.
My relationship with the Python Software Foundation, I think, started when we started the discussions to have one PyCon in Spain. So I was part of the organizing committee of PyCon Spain, and without the Python Software Foundation, it could have been impossible, right? Because the PSF can give us grants and a lot of help and resources to make sure that we have a good conference. And that's when we started to discuss things with them. But also on my work as a core developer, we are in constant contact, for instance, for managing infrastructure and all the things that we need to keep the language running, such as CI, test servers, and the like. So and without that, it will be impossible to have the language that we use today.
Well, the PSF is absolutely critical to the success of Python. I see the steering council and the PSF as partners in growing what this a magical thing that we have, because the PSF is really excellent at growing the community and nurturing the community and putting on PyCon and things like that. And really looking at that from a global standpoint, all the regional PyCons, all the financial aid that we give and the support that we give to such a diverse Python community. And the steering council is sort of the technical, leaders. Like we're charged with being the stewards for the language and the technical side of things.
Python is grassroots open source. And I may work for Microsoft and other core developers may work for Google, but with a few exceptions, even the people who work for big names in tech actually do most of their work on Python in their spare time, not motivated by the financial or technical goals of their employer, but motivated by their own sort of interest in this very cool piece of technology. And Python is much more than just a language. It's a community. And sort of telling yourself that you're part of this community, that you're a member of the community, and that you should have a say in sort of where this community is going, how this community behaves itself, are important statements about yourself. And a sort of a community like Python has to have a broad membership. So we really want everyone who sort of feels they care about Python, who would rather code in Python than in some other language. We want you to be able to say that by joining the PSF as a member.
So that's the wonderful thing about this community, that you don't have to be a coder to be welcome or to be a part of it, because all skills are needed and necessary to advance the mission of Python. So I think that's just so beautiful.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. But how do you make money if you give it away for free?
Python has infected me.
Gather round, children. I'll tell you about Python in the old days. Back in my day.
It's a new day. It's a new life for me.
I first was introduced to Python because the person I was dating wanted me to see what he did all day. And that person ended up becoming my spouse.
This jacket is powered by Python and Bluetooth. I can change the colors for my phone. A few years ago, it was my first 3D printing project.
Today is a PSF day.
You can have your voice be heard. You can make a difference, especially if you're coming from an underrepresented background.
We younger people, we tend to be a more bold, right? And we say, okay, so this has been done for quite a lot of time. Let's change it because now's the time.
Well, that's about all there is, my fellow Pythonistas.